My fellow Nerdikins, welcome back to another episode of That's So Nerdy. Today we've got a best of one battle for you. It is going to be a battle between King Cold and Agents of Destruction. So it is a mono green build for the King Cold deck, and then the Agents of Destruction, for anyone who's not familiar, is a rainbow build, and the build we have running behind this deck is not fully optimized, but it is still really, really good regardless of that fact. And the spammability of Agents of Destruction is just remarkable. If you don't really have a check for that, then you're pretty much going to get run over, because the ability to just attack, and stop you from being able to do things is really strong in Agents of Destruction. That being said, King Cold is also very good at protecting its life, so that's kind of why we decided to go with this matchup. Right now, we're doing the mulligan step, and then we're going to roll to see who goes first. I am piloting King Cold on the left. My buddy Tommy is piloting King Cold on the... or not King Cold, excuse me, Agents of Destruction on the right. And this actually turned out to be like a really good match, because my King Cold is not only really defensive, but it's also, it's got a nice aggro touch to it. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get right into it. Looks like I'm going to play an Anticipated Onslaught as energy to play out an Anticipated Onslaught. So when this card is played, my leader ability procs to pull a life from my life cards, draw a card, and then when it's played, I get to draw a card and then play out a 2-drop. I actually misplay here because I'm supposed to search the top 7 cards of my deck for the for my Unison or a field card, a 2-drop Unison or a field card, and I forgot to do that. So oops on my part. Now what Tommy's doing, he played a Hatchiyack to pitch a Hatchiyack to play out this Bobbity right here. And what that Bobbity does is it makes it so all of his Agents of Destruction cards have 1 less energy cost in his hand. So it makes things really, really, really synergistic for this deck. It makes it a lot faster. When that Bobbity is not on the board, it's ridiculous. So now this is Agents of Destruction Strike Back. What that does is he gets to look at the top 2 cards of his deck for an Agents of Destruction card, and then he can choose to add up to a life if he did so. So now he's going to swing with his leader, take a life for the leader's ability, which allows him to look at the top 5 cards of his deck for an Agents of Destruction card. And it looks like I'm just going to take the damage. So yeah, Agents of Destruction, it definitely it has huge searchability, huge playability. It's a really, really good deck, honestly. It's probably one of, if not Tommy's best decks in his arsenal. Alright, so it looks like we're going to pop down a new ruler is energy, and then play a new ruler. So when this one, I'm not going to proc my leader's ability to take the life or the life for a new ruler, but I am going to draw a card for both my leader and for the new ruler. I get to look at the top 3 cards of my library and pick a mono green, and the mono green that I pick is Cooler Effortless Strike. So I add that to my hand, and now I'm thinking about what to do next, so I swing with lead at his lead. He takes the life. He did not counter, didn't combo up, so he took the life. Ending my turn. And one thing that was really interesting about this matchup is I still haven't seen my Unison yet. My King Vegeta Umbral Invader. Because that Unison is honestly really, really crucial to this deck, not only for adding pressure, but being able to free play one of your field cards per turn. That just makes things a lot better. So Tommy's going to play another Agents of Destruction Strike Back. Search top 2. He's going to take the life this time for the ability, dropping him down to 5. And now he's deciding what he wants to do because his on his awakened side, he can play out a 2 energy cost for free once per turn. So he's going to swing with his leader at my lead for 10. He's going to pop the life to search the top 5 cards of his library. And now I am not going to counter. I didn't counter here. I'm waiting for him to announce how much he's going to combo for. If I'm not mistaken, he doesn't combo here, and I opt to take the life. So cut for his search. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I opt to take the life at this point. Yeah, okay. Because King Cold, he awakens at 4 life and he doesn't have an alternate awakening. Alright, so he tries to play out Turles Chaotic Agent of Destruction, and then I counterplay that with Cooler Effortless Strike, because since I have 3 fields on the board, it's reduced by 3 energy, because his energy cost is reduced by 1 for every field on the board. Alright, so Tommy has now awakened, so now he has access to his free plays on the front side, and it just makes things a lot better because now he can play out Lord Slug right here, which is Tommy's super combo, but it has an ability that if it's on the board, if I activate a counterplay skill, I have to pitch 2 cards, and that's really oppressive against this deck, so I had to change my complete play strategy there. If I would have had 1 more energy up, I could have Cooler Effortless Striked him too, but because I do have 1 more in my hand at this moment, but because I was tapped out, I didn't have access to it. So right now, I'm still sitting without my King Vegeta. So I'm going to play Berry Blue, and this time I'm actually going to proc the ability, because I remembered this time, and bam, there's my Unison. That's exactly what I needed. And now, if I remember correctly, after I shuffle and do all of that, I believe I'm going to pay the energy to play him out. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't have a field card in my hand that isn't already a copy of one on the board. So I can't play out a field for free, so I can't proc my leader's ability. So that is unfortunate, but I do add a marker just to keep my Unison safe. So now I'm swinging at his lead for 15 since he's awake, and I'm not swinging with my leader. And then he counters with Garlic Jr., and when Garlic Jr. is used as a counter, or actually when he's played, he gets to search his deck for a 2-drop and play it. And he plays out Turles. Now, I don't have a response to any of that because all my energy is tapped. And I mean, I just kind of wasn't hoping for that. So I swing in with Cooler now at his lead for another 15. And I believe this is going to be my last swing of the turn. So Tommy's thinking really hard right now if he's going to try and combo out of it, or if he wants to take the damage. Which, I mean, I don't blame him. He is starting to build a board pretty well, so he does decide to take the damage. He probably feels pretty safe with his super combo on board, me not having access to counterplays without paying a heavier cost. And he has Turles, which allows him to search the top 5 just like his leader does, or did on the unawakened side, actually. I don't believe it does anymore. Or actually, no, I think it still does. Yeah, I think he still gets to search the top 5 with his leader. I could be mistaken about that. So he free plays Broly because he does have Bobbity, so it is a 2-drop in his hand. And what Broly does is he pops one of my battle cards on the field, and then Tommy gets to look at the top 3, put 1 Agent of Destruction in his hand, and then pitch the other 2. So this is actually working out really beneficially for me because I've had Vegeta Resolute Agent of Destruction in my hand the entire game so far. So Tommy's going to play out another Agent of Destruction Strike Back. And then he obviously doesn't opts not to take the life. And as I'm sure you're noticing, like, the ability to play out things for free or play it for very cheaply and be able to search your deck and just give yourself access to all your resources is huge with this AOD deck. So right now I'm going to play Royal Supremacy, which is a free counter that allows me to pop cards up to 3 energy. And then when I pop his super combo, I'm able to play out the surprise attack Frieza, and then he swings in with Turles, and I use Homicidal Clones as a counter to negate the attack of Turles. And I use the ability of Homicidal Clones to take a life in order to pay for it instead of paying its energy cost since I'm all tapped out. Alright, moving right along. Tommy's still going on his turn. He's still working on swinging into me, trying to cause some damage. He's got 2 more swings on the board, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he plays out any more battle cards this turn. I'm debating on whether to use my blocker or not, so I just take the life. Alright, so he swings for Broly, and then I use the blocker token to protect my life even further. Alright, so now we're sitting at turn 4. I'm sitting at 3 life unawakened. This is actually hugely ideal for me, and you'll see why here in a moment. So I just stacked my Unison. I know it's kind of hard to see, happened kind of quick, but yeah, I stacked my Unison, putting me at 4 markers, so I'm swinging in for 15,000 right now. He doesn't counter, so I proc the ability to for the activate battle, bumping it up to a 30,000 triple strike swing. So Tommy, since he's sitting at 3 life, is definitely going to combo out. He has a big hand, so he's just trying to decide what he's comboing with right now. So the reason I did that is, one, I'm about to pop the Unison anyway, and this way I get to dwindle down his hand a bit more too. So now I'm going to swing with Surprise Attack Frieza, 15k crit. He's going to play Protector of the People and pitch a card in order to give his leader a 5k boost for every time it gets attacked. So I was a little bummed about that because I was hoping to deal some critical damage, or maybe force him to use a different counter, something that doesn't quite benefit him as much. So now I'm going to tap out my energy to play Vegeta Resolute, Agent of Destruction, and then I pitch Frieza Pinnacle of the Clan to wipe his board. Boom. In my opinion, one of the best green Unisons in the entire game. Probably always will be. Now I'm awakening, so I restand 2 energy. Excuse me. And then I added a marker to my Unison, swung for 25,000 double strike crit, and then that is my final swing for the turn. And yeah, that's gonna end my turn, and then Tommy's gonna go ahead and start trying to build his board state back up. So right now, I heavily swayed the favor in my direction because, like I was saying before, if AOD gets that board full, you are not in for a lot of fun, because at some point you're either just getting rid of resources in your hand to combo out to protect your life, or you're using counters at times that you didn't really want to use them. If you just allow AOD to get that board state, it'll just run all over you. So boom, he plays out his Unison using his leader's ability, because his leader allows him to play out a Unison for 3 energy of any color instead of having to have the specified color. So Tommy decided to board wipe me also, which, I mean, is unfortunate because my Berry Blues were out there, but it also wasn't that big of a deal because I didn't really have field cards that I could use. I did have my leader awakened now, so I do have my defensive options. I'm going to super combo to protect my life from his double strike crit, because he didn't combo. And he also forgot to add a marker to his unison, so it was just 20,000 instead of 25. So I take the life from his leader swing, and then he ends his turn. So now it's back to me. And I don't recall what happens here. I know I played Terrified Realization as the energy. I remember that much. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I know it's about to happen. Or within the next turn or two. So I'm swinging for 25, double strike crit. He Protector of the People's me, which is fine with me because right now he's deciding on what he wants to pitch in order to give his leader the boost. Completely fine with me because I do not plan on attacking anymore. So I actually allow him to neg one resource from his hand completely unnecessarily. So that actually feels really good in a game that's coming down to the wire like this. Tommy actually opts not to charge any energy this turn. And then I counterplayed his super combo, which is clutch. Was absolutely clutch for me. So his he was going to try to counterplay my counterplay, but his counterplay only goes up to a specified cost of 3, where mine is a specified cost of 4. So now he's swinging for 25,000 double strike crit. I use Royal Supremacy to counter out and take the life from the attack swing of his leader. I play out Charismatic Villain as a counterplay to Turles, purely because I got overzealous and was like, oh, he's playing something, I'm just gonna counterplay. And then I was like, oh yeah, Turles has barrier, so I can't pop him with Charismatic Villain's ability. So pretty much just a shiny card on the board. Especially since I don't have Terrified Realization in my field area, or battle area, I should say, to give it the 5,000 boost to make it an actual viable attacker. But right here I use Charismatic Villain to combo out to protect my life from his Turles swing. And then, bam, this is where I'm going in for game. I think I opt not to charge. Yeah, I didn't charge any energy, so I could play out Unstoppable Invasion to give my leader plus 10,000 in double strike. I get to draw a card from my leader's ability, and then I remove 5 markers from my unison to get rid of the 2 cards in Tommy's hand, and that just ends the game. And I show him my hand, and that's how it went. So if you like what you saw, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out. If you'd like to see more gameplay videos, I have more coming. Next one in the works is Android 17 and 18 versus Bojack. Alright, well, thank you for watching and stay nerdy.